Okay, good morning. Welcome to
FunMath number 152.
FunMath number 152. Today we're in section 8.6 of Art of Problem Solving's algebra book. And that section talks about comparing different lines, the graphs of different lines. So there's a little leftover schmutz on the board here. So we're just going to do something with the line y equals 3x plus 1. This is an equation of a line, and it's in a special kind of form.
It's already in point-slope form.
Okay, it's already in point-slope form. So when we have an equation of the line of the form y equals mx plus b, the coefficient of the x is the slope, and what is the b?
Is the y-intercept.
Okay, and what does that mean? What does the y-intercept mean?
Well, when you go up the b, it means there's no width to it.
Okay, what's it called? What is this b called?
The y-intercept.
Okay,
or when x is 0.
Okay, so what happens to the line at the y-intercept? It's where the line does what?
It goes straight up, but it passes the y-axis.
It cuts across the y-axis. This is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. The y-intercept is where it cuts across the y-axis. So that happens at y equals 1 for our line. And what can you tell me? What does the graph of this line look like? It passes through this point, x equals 0, y equals 1.
And the slope is 3.
And the slope is 3. What does the slope of 3 look like?
It's going to be steeper than 1. So maybe something like this.
Okay, so it's pretty steep. A slope of 1 is just this perfect diagonal line that cuts through the origin and cuts everything perfectly in half. It actually makes a 45-degree angle. So this is a little bit steeper than 1. It might even be steeper than that, but that's fine. So what if I change this line to be y equals 3x minus 4? What would that look like now?
Well, now y-intercept would be at minus 4.
Okay, so where is that about?
About right here.
Okay, about right there. It's negative, and it's much more negative than 1.
And it still has a slope of 3.
Okay, and it still has a slope of 3, so what does that mean?
It means that these two lines are parallel.
It means that the two red lines are parallel. Awesome. So they go off parallel, and they never intersect each other. Now, what if I change this line instead to say y equals 1/2 x minus 4? What if I now change the slope, but I leave the y-intercept the same?
Well, the slope of a half would be flat, pretty flat. So it's still, the y-intercept is right there.
Still goes through there.
So maybe something like this.
Okay, it's much flatter. It's actually flatter than the line y equals x. So it's a slope of less than 1. A half is less than 1. In this way. Okay, so one more. And I'll use the y-intercept of 1. What about the line y equals minus x plus 1?
So minus 1x.
Okay, so it has the y-intercept of 1, so it passes through this point here. And what's the slope?
Slope is minus 1.
Okay, what does that mean?
Means it's the opposite of this dotted line.
Okay.
It'll be a perfect diagonal, but it'll be negative.
Alright, so draw it in.
That's not going to go through it.
Alright, try again.
Kind of something like that.
Kind of something like that. Okay, good job. Good job. It's not exactly right because it's hard to do exactly, but it's more like that. Okay. The reason I wanted to point out that was wrong is it looks like your line intersects these at right angles, and that's not true because those have slope of 3. And in a slope of -1, this distance here is going to be the same as that distance across there. But anyway, okay, so you're starting to understand points and slopes.
Yeah.
Okay, good job, Sue. Good job.